What I did is I went away and I punched out all the bits and pieces, and here is how I punched it, in case for those of you who are interested in seeing the boxing or reboxing of it back again. So usual instruction manuals, the quick start guides, and the player board. So this is what I did. We'll take this aside. So I put the plastic stands on them already, put them on the edges. It seems to sit nicely. We'll see how it will travel over time. After these, this is your main islands with the long routes, followed by the smaller islands. These islands seem to be where you guys start off in, and it will match with one of these standees. So in this case, this is Isla Oscara, which would be this. So if you're on this island, this is what you can do on it. So yeah. After that, we have the short routes. So every map will be connected something along the lines of here to say over here, or and then you can connect another island. So the good thing about this one that was a little bit different to, as I will compare this game a lot to Star Wars Outer Rim. Star Wars Outer Rim has a very fixed board in terms of where the planets sat on the galaxy. There are some custom rules that people, or house rules that people have used in the past to try and randomize the where all the planets sat. But I guess my part on that one is yeah, you can house rule to randomize it, but how thematic would that be? Because in the in the world or the galaxy of Star Wars, those planets are supposed to be where they're at. But this one, you can choose how the setup of the map goes. It's completely random. Players choose how they want to do it. It's all in the rulebook. Feel free to take a look as you want. So over here, I have all my monster tokens. They're the ones that will give me reward for monsters. Followed by the soulmates. These 2 girls and 2 guys. It took me a while to find the guys because I was expecting them all to be this lady here. But I guess this is a very gender balance. Over here, we have whether the harbor is open or closed. In this case, it says stop. We have some markers here that I put the forts. The forts will give you big money for them. However, they are pretty fat, and with 7 guns, it's quite hard to fight these forts. Well, this one has 12. Whew. The fighting mini, as usual. Take a close look at it. These are the relatives that you can find throughout the game. So you can see here will be your long lost son, followed by mother, grandmother, grandfather, etc. Each of them obviously will have a bonus to them. You can see that. So this is, for some reason, the father gives you 200 gold. Your long lost sister will means playing crew cards cost you 100 less gold. Alright, the last section here is the ships. You've got all the easy ships to the hard ships, and if you take a look at the back, you notice it's 2 different colors. There's the yellowish tinge one and the reddish tinge. The yellow one means that you can take a peek at the ship and what it contains, as well as how tough it is. There's the toughness, the speed, and the strength of the merchant ship. Now, if you ran to a red one, however, let me go back this. The North Standard Merchant one, you can take a look at the strength and then decide whether you want to engage with them or not. The red one, however, means it's a pirate ship and they're going to engage against you regardless of what you want to do. Then I put some dice and the ship damage tokens over this on this far left. Each of the pouches is what I'll give to the players. So before I go too much into that, let me open up the next slot. So what I did was, over here is my red bag, and over here is my red pirate ship. So at the start of the game, I'll probably hand the bag and the treasure chest containing the red ship to the player, and that way they'll have everything they'll need to start the game. So this is a whole bunch of, I guess, tokens and markers. You've got some essentially tokens to say where you want to start. You keep that hidden, and then everyone will review where they plan to start at the same time, as well as a personal attribute. So in this case, this one's a hunter, and when you are hunting monsters, you get to start on the 5th spot of the monster map. All right, so because I have the deluxe edition, I put all my spare tokens here, the cardboard ones, because my metal ones is going to sit in the middle contained in here. So to start with, you've got the 4 main player boards and the 4 individual treasure map boards. You can see here that these are sleeved. So as I said earlier, I love sleeving my cards, and if you have them unsleeved, they will fit quite nicely this way. But you can hear that it's tight and it's scratching the sides. But if you have them sleeved, you will put them sideways. The one I had a little bit of issue with is these are tarot size cards. The sleeve I've used is the 70 by 120. From the looks of this, it's probably closer towards 70 by 100. So I might have to take a look at getting these replaced with better fitting sleeves, or just trim off the top gaps. As before, you've got your smaller cards. They fit nicely long ways. Otherwise, if you don't sleeve them, they'll fit that way quite nicely as well. Deluxe coins in the middle. And that is the standard boxing of Shiver Me Timbers. Right. And one last thing is, you might think this container side here looks strangely familiar, and that it may can contain a treasure chest because it seems to fit quite nicely. And you're absolutely correct, because this part here is for the 5th player expansion. So the 5th player expansion is black colored, so it's a black color ship, and since my favorite color is black and it's this pirate theme, of course I have to get the 5th player expansion, even if I'm not going to play with 5 players, because chances are my preference in my color will be this black treasure chest here. Now, one of the things you notice is my storage configuration for the black one is I could put everything in one chest. This is completely up to yourself. Personally, I won't recommend this because there are some player specific components that you are not required to use, and so if you're not using them, the question is, where would you store them? So that's where these bags are still very useful, because when all the spare components that you're not using to play with the game, you can store them in there, and then that way you won't lose any of the spare components. Store that in here. If you are still intending to use the black bag, you'll put the black bag in here. This one's empty for now. And so you might wonder, well, where would these go? Personally, for myself, I would probably put it in the central compartment where all the coins are. Alright, and that's it for my video. Thank you for watching my unboxing and a potential reboxing configuration. And let me know what you think. And again, I'd like to thank Mikhail Vygotsky for creating such a great project. I am very, very happy with the component quality of this, and I'm looking forward to play this game with my gaming group in the near future. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day. Cheers.